Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I had a request from a friend, Susan Hatcher, from the Candle Find forum online for a little discussion about candle lamps. I talk about candle lamps a bit in my videos because I prefer to use these for candles rather than burning. I actually learned about candle lamps from Teresa T for Two here on YouTube, and you might check her video out as well. There are a few reasons I wanted to go to a candle lamp. I had really gotten fed up with wick issues with candles, so hot flames that were burning furiously, and I was worried about the candle glass cracking, creating a lot of soot from those high flames. I was tired of puny wicks. If you think of Bath & Body Works, about halfway through, often the wicks will become small, put off very little throw, and then self-extinguish in the wax, leading us to cotton ball, trying to get some of that wax pool out so the wicks would extend and burn better. Droopy wicks that would fall over into the wax. I got tired of all of the above. Throw of candles not always is the greatest, depending on the brand. I know we have had trouble with Yankee Candle for years, not throwing well, at least in my home, but apparently that's improving, so glad to hear that. But with a candle lamp, you really get great throw. It creates a large wax pool, it creates a good heat from above, and you get a strong fragrance in your home. And finally, soot. I alluded to soot earlier, but most candles will produce some soot, and certainly the hotter, more furious flames produce more soot to where you can even see it coming off the candle. And this accumulates on your walls, on your hard surfaces, and again, this is something that, and plus we're breathing that, so I don't know that that's something I wanted to continue doing in my home. So I decided to go with alternative methods, and there are more than just the candle lamps, so I'll mention those briefly. One is a plate like this. You can get this at Walmart for something between $5 and $10, very inexpensive. And this will melt the candle from the bottom up. So if you were to put a candle on here like that, it will melt from the bottom up, making the entire candle liquid, and then that will throw the fragrance. So you'll keep the wax always, but the fragrance oil comes off into the room. That's a great method too. This takes a long time, especially with a larger candle. The wax takes forever to get to the top, so you're waiting and waiting, whereas this, the candle lamp, you'll get a throw almost immediately. So there's also candle crocks, I should mention, which is more like a crock pot, and it will warm all the way around. So again, you're melting the whole candle, but it melts much more quickly than from the bottom up. I don't have a candle crock. I know Mrs. Kong's mom loves candle crocks, and I have admired her candle crock and her description of them. So that's another alternative. And then here we have the candle lamp. This particular one is from Joann Fabric. I have bought two now because I enjoy them so much. It was about $20 to $25, I don't recall, and there was a coupon that seems to always be available. I'm not sure, don't recall, I just looked up coupon and was easily found. So this has a toggle switch, and you just turn it on like that. And apparently you don't want to do that rapidly because it'll shorten the life of the bulb. And then you just place your candle on this little stand, and almost immediately, within minutes, you're going to start smelling that candle because it melts now from the top down. This is a good distance between the bulb and the candle wax itself, so it'll melt down maybe halfway. So you're not melting that whole candle every time, which I find more efficient. You're going to be able to exhaust the wax from the first half, and then once you don't smell it anymore, you just pour off the top half, and then you're going to melt the bottom half. Now, another option is if you want to raise it up closer to the bulb, you can put something like a little dish or something that's, aesthetically pleasing. I mean, that isn't the ugliest thing I own, but it's probably not the most beautiful, this little dish. Some people use a tuna can, again, maybe not aesthetically as pleasing, but it's a good height. This will cause more of the wax to melt. So it's more of the principle of the plate or the candle crock, where you're going to melt the entire volume of wax, and then you don't have to pour any of it off. So up to you, but that is one way to elevate the candle. If you have a taller candle, like a Yankee Candle, jar, the taller ones, or Bath and Body Works 3-wick. These will also fit perfectly on here, and that's a good height. So that will melt probably down about halfway, and then I would pour off the top, or I would lift that up. So I also have used, for example, lids. So I'll stack a few lids together, and as the wax, like let's say I've poured half that off, and by the way, I do cut off the wicks. I had started burning this one and then decided to use the lamp. I cut the wicks off so the cotton wick doesn't come close to the halogen bulb. So I've also done it like that, where I stack the lids underneath there, and it brings it up to a bit higher, and you can move it over so it's placed perfectly underneath the bulb. Now, if you have a Homeworks candle, a Homeworks candle base is much larger. So this is one with wild hydrangea, also very beautiful, by the way. I know we're not here to review scents, but this is a lovely scent. I would trim those wicks before I put it under there. This base, this is the 18-ounce 4-wick. The base is quite large, so it's not compatible with this, so you would have to raise this up. So I would certainly use something like my little bowl or these lids to lift it up to a better height, and then to center it under the lamp. So that's how I handle a Homeworks candle. And I think aesthetically it's still nice to look at this way. It creates a beautiful glow, and in the evening I enjoy looking at it. So those are your different options for height. Again, I normally melt about half of it, and then I will pour it off and melt the rest of it. So I think that's everything. Aesthetically, I still will burn a candle from time to time because I enjoy seeing the flickering flames, but for all the reasons I listed, I really prefer this. Excellent throw, no soot, no wicks to worry about, and you know, I'll let this go for maybe 8-9 hours. I don't worry about it like I would an open flame. Typically, I do not leave these on if I leave the house because, again, it's quite hot from above, and I don't want the cat knocking it over, or she never has, but I shouldn't even say that and tempt fate. But it's very sturdy. I have never knocked one over. So I think that's it. Please let me know if you have any questions. Do you use a candle lamp? Do you use a candle crock or a candle plate? And what have your results been like? So thank you to Susan again for requesting this video. Thank you to Teresa T4 for inspiring this video and for teaching me about a year ago. And I hope you will enjoy your melting in whatever form you choose. Thank you so very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.